Hippie boys on the nail, yeah. Deep within my heart lies a melody, a song of old San Antonio. The first year, just amazed that it was happening. You know, oh my God, it's actually going to happen. And the fact that they continue to let us be the first band, well, you know, not the only first band. There's some bands that go on at 11 o'clock and stuff, but in the big stage, we're the first band on one of the big stages, and to me, that's a thrill because I just sit up there and watch it. I mean, you know, when I came to town, the biggest thing was there were no places to do big outdoor concerts, or there were places, but it was very difficult. You know, the logistics of doing this is so amazing. Getting the people in, getting them out, food, making it comfortable. You know, there's been some missteps over the years, you know, but mostly about weather. But it's just been amazing, and just it's so neat to watch it grow into this incredible functioning amoeba. Memory beneath the stars all alone. It was there I frowned beside the Alamo, enchanted, strange as the blue up above. Hey, moonlit. It's just been incredible. I mean, I was on the board of directors of KLRU. For years, back in the 80s, we were trying to do this, and it never got done. And then Bill Stapleton and Bart Naggs, who were Lance Armstrong's managers, said, we're going to do this, you know. So I was helping them out a little bit, and there was, I still remember the first meetings going, we could lose $1 million. This might be a dumb idea, you know. It was because nobody had ever done it, you know. So it was such a huge success the first year that I'll breathe a sigh of relief. And then Charlie Jones and Charles Attal, they said, well, look, you did the first Austin City Limits television show, which we did. Willie did the pilot, and we did the first one. And they said, you're going to open a show every year. I said, I'm going to hold you on that. You know, so they've been great. Still hear my broken song of love, all together now. Put all your splendor, no only mine. Come back by road, frozen sand and stone. We've done special things like when Johnny Cash died. I hosted a tribute to Johnny Cash with Tiff Merritt and that Blues All-Stars band, the Mississippi somethings, and so it was really cool, you know. And so we're just trying to keep some traditions, you know, and some real meaning, not just the fact that it's a great festival and has great bands, you know, and great food, and it's in Austin. So it's been really neat just to be, you know, to be able to say, yes, we are here. And there are people who come just early enough to see us. I get emails all the time, says, we're going to see you first, we'll be there, you know, and I keep telling them it's the best time. If it's a wet year, it ain't muddy. If it's a dry year, it ain't dusty. I said, and everybody's just ready to hear music, and they haven't been heard 30, 40 bands yet, so they're fresh, and it's really neat.
Once you get hip to this tip,
When you take that California trip, get your kicks out on Route 66. My buddy Lucky thought it up 42 years ago. We started in West Virginia, and there's no story, and I've been asked 1,000 times, but it's just thought it was pretty funny, and it's sure lasted. Everybody, we're doing a documentary film on Asleep at the Wheel. We've been working on this. It'll be done in the spring, and it opens up, well, there's nothing, but one of the opening things is Dolly Parton going, Asleep at the Wheel. Who'd ever think of calling a band Asleep at the Wheel? But we thought it was pretty funny, by golly, and that's it. No, there's no story. Nobody fell asleep at the wheel, but it has kept it in our minds. We traveled, you know, back in the day, we used to travel 250 days a year. You know, now it's down to 200. But, you know, and I used to drive the bus or the van or whatever. But it was a good reminder not to fall asleep at the wheel, because we would, you know, I would drive all night and get 3 hours of sleep and go play the gig and jump back in. So it has stood us in good stead. Because there's music all over the place. Every space that's available has somebody, a singer-songwriter, a band. You know, I've been here for 40 years, and that has never changed. There has always been clubs, you know, and people to go to the clubs or venues, you know. Now, it's changed drastically, but the fact remains that the people of Austin still respect and support music at its lowest level and its highest level. There's people come here from all over the world to practice their craft because there's places to do it. Unfortunately, they're still making what I was making in 1975 here, so the rents have gone through the roof, and the traffic is horrible, but the people are great. You know, this community has always been creative people. We don't have smokestack factories, you know, although we now have chip factories, and we have developed the music scene from the early days, then the film scene developed, then the technology scene. It all came because of the cultural, you know, melange here, that creative people, you know, whether they're filmmakers, writers, musicians, poets, software designers, app designers, whatever. This is a city of creative people. Fortunately, we usually have to leave afterwards, so I don't get to see any other bands. I'll come back Sunday, I hope. But I've got a show in Dallas tonight with the cast of Dallas. Larry Hagman called up and I said, "Oh, we're doing, it's for a charity." I said, "We're doing All City Limits." He said, "Well, can you make it?" I went, "Sure." So we have to bust ass out right after the show, which is a shame.
Anything you want to tell fans of Austin?
Just come early, stay late, be loud.